losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign.
I wanna be the greatest. Everybody on the fake shit. I look around and feel like everybody is the fakest. I make this every day and I'm impatient, hoping one day.
What is up, guys? Welcome to Lone Star Live. Today we're going to talk about some transfer portal news and the Heisman Award. Make sure y'all drop some questions in the comment section for us. Logan, my boy, how's it going?
Man, it is going. Oh, man. It was nice to finally have a day off.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah.
Trying to keep up with everything that's going on. It's been crazy.
Yes.
The past couple of days.
So for Baylor, how many who do y'all have in the portal so far? Like, how's that?
Oh, we got.
Are y'all losing a bunch or not really?
So far, not really, which is weird because I expected us to lose a lot. Now, we did lose Kyron Jones. We lost Devin Neal. We lost Josh Fleeks. And then we lost a receiver. His name just slipped my mind. Goodness.
Well, if you don't remember his name, he probably wasn't
he played.
A real contributor. Dude, for Texas, we've got 1, 2, 3. We've got like 8 guys in the portal right now. Obviously, the most known is Hudson Card. Troy O'Meary, offensive line / jumbo tight end Andre Carrig, edge and linebacker Prince Dorba, edge and linebacker DJ Harris, defensive back J.D. Coffey, and defensive back Jameer Johnson. And then today, I think Logan Parr, offensive lineman, decided to hop in.
I saw that one
as well. He didn't really play.
Obviously,
that doesn't matter, right? It's not like he didn't play, so I don't care if he leaves. It's kind of more like it hurts our depth, but it's not Xavier Worthy. It's not a starter. Jumping into the portal. So that is a great sign. What about do y'all got any guys on y'all's watch list so far that y'all are looking at trying to get in?
There's been a couple names that I've seen. We haven't really offered too many people except for that Gavin Holmes guy from Wake Forest.
Right.
He looks pretty solid from what I've seen. That's the only really guy that I've seen them offer so far that's been posted anyways. Now there's been some other guys that I've seen some of the media guys talk about, like Cam Kelly out of I forgot where he was from.
Right.
I forgot. But that's a safety. Then there's like Damon Clowney from Ole Miss. That's Jadeveon Clowney's cousin. He hadn't played terribly much. It's a good bloodline, obviously, but
oh yeah, for sure.
There's actually one guy from UTEP that is a left tackle, right? So the blind side for about 90% of the quarterbacks. So I did a little bit of digging on that guy.
I heard about him as well as as somebody Texas might be considering. Honestly, I don't think offensive line is a place that Texas is going to go after. The last 2 cycles, we haven't gotten a single offensive line transfer guy. So it seems as if we've gotten our improvement on the offensive line just through recruiting and development, and they're not really all that interested in taking transfers for that position.
Yeah, y'all's offensive line is going to be solid next year. Now, ours is going to be questionable because we're losing a whole lot of people. So it's one of those things that I'm worried about for sure, especially with Blake already taking 20 sacks last year, or this year, not last year. Still got a ball game. But I don't know. I'm worried about it. Now, this guy out of UTEP, I did some digging on his the player profile that UTEP has on their website, and his About Me said that his mom was actually a coach at the school that he went to. Forgot the name of the school, but his dad was the head coach at Shadow Creek. Kevin Drones, I believe it was Kevin. So, did some digging on that, right? Turns out that's Kyron Drones' dad. So they're half brothers. Yeah, they're half brothers. Right.
Huh.
So,
and that's the guy at UTEP?
Yeah, guy at UTEP. What I'm thinking, right, is if we can get Kyron Drones back, we got a pretty good shot of getting that guy. Now, us getting Kyron Drones back is probably iffy because I've seen now that Kyron Drones is looking at TCU. Like, that's probably the top player there.
Really? Because that's Hudson Card's number one
Yeah,
projected.
that's what I'm saying. I don't know, but
You're watching Hudson Card transfer portal news real close because there's you got to think if Card goes there, there's no way Drones he's not.
it wouldn't make any sense.
What year is Drones? Is he an underclassman?
He's a freshman. Yeah.
Well, in that case, Hudson Card only has like 1 or 2 more years of eligibility, so he could theoretically go and get another year of experience. And,
Yeah.
I mean, that might not be bad for him.
Yeah, I mean, I think that Sonny Dykes would be able to throw him in there and be like, all right, look, here's a read option. Go run it. Like we did like about 4 times this season. Yeah, same. I mean,
that's what I'm afraid of.
They got a crazy good backfield with Kendre Miller. I don't know off the top of my head how much time he has.
Right.
I think he's my age, so he should be a sophomore or a junior. That'd be nasty having 6'2", 200 and probably 30-pound Kyron Drones back there with Kendre Miller doing a read option is scary.
Does Kendre Miller is he coming back? I don't know what grade he's in.
I think so. I haven't seen anything on his Snapchat or on Twitter or anything talking about if he's going to the draft or anything.
Leaving.
Yeah.
I've got a bunch of names here that I'll just real quick I'll read off some of them and then I'll stop.
I mean, there's a lot of guys I would like for them to go after, but
yeah,
we're going to get them? Probably not.
Right, and that's Baylor. Honestly, Baylor. What's impressive is what they've been able to do with the lesser talent that they've gotten. That's what makes Baylor an impressive program, in my opinion. Texas, right now, it seems like we're going after, as far as my list, the sources that I've heard are like 14 guys that we're going after. I don't know. We don't have the roster space currently for it, so I'm not sure how they plan on making that work. But
I can tell you how they plan on making it work. They're going to pull it. Be like, all right, look, we're not doing this.
They're gonna pull pull a Dion and say y'all need to go, or just pull a Bo Davis last year after the Iowa State game where he got on the bus and said some of y'all need to hit the portal, some of y'all need to go
hit the dough.
So starting at receiver, it looks to be receiver is the position that the Longhorns have the most interest in getting, which makes sense. Last year we got Isaiah Nayor. He tears his ACL before the season starts. Xavier Worthy had what he considers a down year. Some receivers would consider that to still be a great year. He led the Big 12 in touchdowns. But it seems like his one request is that we get another receiver that can come in and pull coverage away from him. Whenever you watch Texas play football, everybody's watching Xavier Worthy. They're double coveraging Xavier Worthy. They're making sure he doesn't beat you deep. And when he does beat you deep, we're having troubles with the quarterback getting him the ball. So that's stuff we have to work on in the offseason. But we have a lot of receivers on this list, man. We've got a receiver out of Oregon, Dante Thornton, 6'5", 199. He is a sophomore this year. He had 17 catches, 366 yards, and 1 touchdown. Receiver out of Missouri, Dominic Lovett, one of my favorite prospects right now because he seems to be really fast. He is undersized, which is my concern, because Xavier Worthy is an outside receiver. Jordan Whittington is a slot receiver. So if we get another receiver, you got to imagine we're trying to get another outside receiver, because we really run a lot of 12 and 21 personnel where we have one running back and 2 tight ends, or we come in with 2 running backs and 1 tight end. So there's not really enough spots on the field to have 4 receivers. A lot of time we only have 3 receivers.
Xavier Worthy pulls all the coverage right now. Jordan Whittington is one of those guys that everybody's starting to realize, hey, we got to respect his game. Dude is cold.
Yeah. Stayed healthy this year. Had a great year, for real.
Yeah, if y'all get Isaiah Nayor healthy and to where he's playing back at 100% like he was in Wyoming, if I'm not wrong, I believe that's where he was.
Yeah, he did.
He was nasty there. Like, I don't know. Y'all's receiver room is really good. It's just trying to find those pieces that can pull the coverage off of Xavier Worthy. That way he can actually get open deep down the field where Quinn's not having to throw it 5 yards
Yeah.
past him and say, "Go get it." Like,
True.
I don't know.
And honestly, that's kind of what I think is maybe we just need a receiver that's great, like Tyreek Hill speed, like just somebody you can't overthrow. You just launch that
Monterey
sucker,
Baldwin.
and he's just gonna go right. Someone
You better
and
stay away
Dominic
from him.
Lovett is fast. He's fast. Honestly, we have Brendan Thompson on the roster currently. He's probably the fastest guy on our team. My current favorite prospect is Dorian Singer out of Arizona. He's 6'1", 185. He is the number one receiver for Arizona this season. I believe he's the number one receiver in the Pac-12. Arizona's in the Pac-12, right? I think so.
Yeah, it's packed.
He's a sophomore, so he's going to be a junior next year. He still has 2 years to play at least. And he had 66 receptions for 1,105 yards and 6 touchdowns. That's impressive. As a sophomore for Arizona to have an 1,100-yard year, 6 touchdowns. He's my second favorite current target, but he's my number one receiver on Christian Harrington's big board. That would be my number one guy at the receiver position.
So who are y'all bringing in as far as 2023 though at receiver? Because I know y'all got
receivers.
Big receivers.
Yeah, so right now receivers, we have 5, or he's now 4-star. He was a 5-star, Jonte Cook. And
dude,
yeah, I see him getting to play. Don't get me wrong.
He's in DeSoto, isn't he?
Right, yeah, he's from DeSoto. I see him being able to play, but it seems like with the exception of Xavier Worthy, it kind of feels like Texas is really not all that interested in starting your true freshman receivers.
Yeah, I mean,
Xavier
did the same
Worthy's
thing with Armani.
Right. I mean, because if we were, you got to think Savion Red and Brendan Thompson would have played a little bit more this year. Xavier Worthy was generational talent. Like, he had to play his freshman year. So we have Jonte Cook and Ryan Niblett. Now, Jonte Cook, he's 6', 175. Ryan Niblett, he's a 4-star, 5'10", 170.
Sounds like one of those speed guys that you're talking about.
Yeah, honestly, I really couldn't tell you. I would say maybe not, just because I don't know for sure. Usually when they're fast, I know, because everybody's saying how, like Brendan Thompson, they were like, dude runs a 100 yards in 10.22 seconds, and that's like Olympic track speed. And then his 200 yards, if you run 100 in 10.22, but your 200 is in like 21, it's like, okay, you ran another 100 yards and you only did it point.
Yeah, you didn't lose any kind of
slower. Speed. Yeah, not only do you have speed, you got stamina, dude. You're track guy, and so
you're the next guy they're gonna abuse on fades.
You're Marquise Goodwin. If y'all watch Texas football, if you're old enough to know, Marquise Goodwin, I think he's still in the NFL for the Bills, but he actually ran in the Olympics, and he is crazy. I mean, and I looked it up actually. Marquise Goodwin ran a 10.19, and so you're thinking Marquise Goodwin at his best runs a 10.19. Brendan Thompson in high school ran a 10.22. The dude's fast, just plain and simple.
Yeah, he's probably
so I think 100. Oh yeah, I bet they can keep him off of it. A couple more receivers. I'm gonna skip these two. I'm gonna get into the two interesting ones. Receiver out of Alabama, Trayshawn Holden. He's 6'3", 213. He's a sophomore. No, he's a junior. 25 receptions, 331 yards, and 6 touchdowns. He's exciting to me just because of his size. 6'3", 213. 25 receptions with 6 touchdowns is pretty good, considering that Dorian Singer had 6 touchdowns on 66 receptions. I like that. I think he could come in and be competitive at the position. But he's not my number 2 guy. My number 2 guy at the receiver position has got to be Barrion Brown out of Kentucky. Now, hear me out, because I'm going to say 2 things. I'm going to say he has good size at 6'1", and then I'm going to say he's undersized at 166 pounds. That's what ESPN has him listed at 6'1", 166 pounds. He is a freshman, though, 45 catches, 604 yards, and 4 touchdowns as a freshman.
That's
for Kentucky. Yeah, Will Levis was throwing him the ball. He was going up and snagging him. I like that. He probably needs to put, 35 pounds on him.
Y'all can fatten him up real quick. It's all
Yeah,
good.
he's gonna need some of that. Another receiver on the board, Dakotas Crawford. He's in the portal. True freshman. Has no stats. He's 6 foot, 180. Has no stats for Nebraska, so it's kind of obvious as to why he's in the portal. I wouldn't probably go after him with no stats because it's honestly at that point it's just a high school recruit. It's kind of like Quinn Ewers. You have nothing. You have no tape. You have nothing. So really, Texas transfer portal right now. Last season I didn't get into the portal this much, and as I'm looking at all these different positions that we're going after, there's a lot, and I don't know how they make the roster really work.
Yeah, I mean, let me ask you: are y'all looking at y'all? So y'all aren't looking at Theo Wees at all from Oklahoma?
As far as I've been able to see, it doesn't seem like we are. No,
I don't know where he's gonna go because I mean, if he wants to go to an SEC school,
he'll get an offer. He was a high enough recruit coming out of high school that he'll get an offer somewhere. I do want to just say real quick right now, Mean Bean 90. What's up, man? Right now, we are talking about recruiting. If y'all have any questions, make sure to leave them in the comment section, and we are going to get to as many of those as we can here. I'll change this to that right there. We're going to get to them. Guadalupe says, "Do you think UTSA is going after a quarterback?" Oh, absolutely.
Honestly, think you have to if he leaves.
I saw a thing that said that Hudson Card. It was like TCU is number 1, then Notre Dame, Wisconsin, and UTSA was like the number 4 landing spot for Hudson Card. And I think any quarterback right now in the portal would be a fool to not look at UTSA, considering what Jeff Traylor has been able to do at the quarterback position.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah,
for sure.
I definitely 100% they're going after a quarterback if Frank Harris leaves. 100%.
Now, but what are they going to do if Jeff Traylor goes to A&M to be an offensive coordinator, or even the head coach whenever Jimbo leaves?
I think that would be a good move for Traylor. I just don't think he'll do it this year, especially if Frank Harris is staying. Like if your best player is staying, you're not leaving nowhere. Yeah, man. I'm assuming you're a UTSA fan. Yeah, they'll go after a quarterback, and honestly, if you got Hudson Card, as a Texas fan, I can tell you he is a guy that can put the ball where it needs to be. They just extended Traylor. That was probably them trying to that was probably them trying to tell him, hey, we know that you're a hot name right now. Here's some more money. Please stay. So that's for sure. That's probably what that is. I think you got Hudson Card in the portal. You got Kyron Jones in the portal. DJ Uiagalelei is in the portal from Clemson. I don't know as if he's a guy that would want to go down to UTSA. I don't mean that as a negative thing, but I mean it is a step from Power 5 to G5. And he might if he doesn't get the right offers. But you got to think Hudson Card is probably flying under the radar just enough to where not too many people are going to go after him. DJU, he's rumored to UCLA. Yeah, see, there you go.
I haven't heard that.
Yeah. I mean, if he's already rumored somewhere, that means UCLA probably had their hand in that jar before he even hit the portal. That's just kind of is what it is.
See, man, that's stuff that I hate to see, though. Like, stuff like...
I do, too. Yeah.
I mean, now they can do it officially, now that it's actually open. But before, whenever you're seeing McNamara from Michigan already committing to Iowa and everything, it's like there has to be something going on there on the big schools like that. Like Oklahoma with Lincoln Riley going to I was going to say UCLA, USC, and all the players over there. Apparently, Deion Sanders has already been, or he was recruiting for Colorado, even staff members, before he even signed a contract over there. It's like, seeing stuff like that just bothers me a lot because it's cheating. Like, y'all are.
It is. It's tampering, and they need to do something about it, but I kind of highly doubt they ever will. You ask, what about receiver Lovett to Missouri, or from Missouri to Texas? Yeah. So we were just talking about that not too long ago.
Yeah.
So wide receiver Dominic Lovett out of Mizzou, 5'10", 187. He's a sophomore, had 58 receptions for 846 yards and 3 touchdowns. He is 100% a guy that Texas is looking at. I've seen multiple different people reporting that he is a guy Texas is looking at for sure. My question is, with Xavier Worthy being a outside receiver, Jordan Whittington being a slot receiver, and technically our other outside receiver would be Isaiah Nayor, but if he's not able to come back healthy, the other person we're looking at is probably an outside receiver. And at 5'10", I don't know if you're that guy to be our outside receiver. Maybe, but I don't know for sure if that's the case. So I think Texas is for sure looking at him. I have heard that he's pretty fast. If that's the case, yeah, I mean, whenever we do
if y'all don't want him, I'll take him. That's fine.
Right, and whenever we do just have one running back, one tight end, maybe we have enough. Let's see, 1 and 1. It's yeah. I mean, we'd have to. It'd be in our empty set. If we run empty set with just the quarterback in the backfield, we could have 4 receivers out there, and a tight end, or take the tight end. I don't know. Ja'Tavion Sanders is too good at blocking. Use him like Tank Dell out of Houston. I don't know as if I'm familiar with Tank Dell. Drop his stats in the thing. I'd be interested to see that. Bryce Walker, Colorado, the next Alabama. Yeah, Deion Sanders took a really odd approach to jumping into that locker room. Tell us a little bit about that, Logan.
All right, so dude goes out there, wins the SWAC conference championship game. Nobody does a post game, like none of the interviews, none of that. Just next day, he's in Boulder. Like, he's nowhere to be found in Jackson, Mississippi. And then the same day, you see ESPN crews all over Boulder, all over Colorado University, and they're just following him. And he goes in there, talks to the players. He's like, "Look, we're not doing any of that BS that your family, the alumni, and all the students here are used to watching. Because I'm bringing my luggage, and it's Louis." Like,
yeah.
I saw one comment. It's like, "Who's Louis?" Like, they were just trying to troll. And then he introduced Shadur, his son. I think I'm butchering that name, as the quarterback.
I think you're right.
Like,
he introduced him and said, "This is your new quarterback." And then I feel like in his mind he heard what he said, and he said, "Well, like, he has to earn it though."
He's like, "Yeah,"
because you can't just told every quarterback on that roster, go ahead and hit the portal.
You told everybody that might have even thought of being a quarterback at Colorado,
right?
Don't even worry about it.
Dip out.
But how about Shiloh being mad though about that whole thing? The safety, his son, he wants to stay at Jackson State.
Really?
Yeah, he wants to stay at Jackson State. He's the oldest, I believe, the oldest.
I mean, more power to him, That's where you feel like you have your best shot, go for it. You probably have a better chance, especially because that roster's about to get gutted.
Oh, yeah. It's going to be the new Oklahoma. Like, that's all it's going to be.
Right. Guadalupe says Nathaniel Dale, 5'10", 175. I just looked him up for his stats. Yeah, if we could use him like this guy, absolutely. This dude has 103 receptions for 1,354 yards and 15 touchdowns. How this guy, he's right up there with Jalen Hyatt at being like the best receiver in college football, stats-wise.
Son, you ever thought about coming up north to Waco?
Don't nobody want to go to Waco.
He's
from Daytona Beach, Florida. He's not going
to
Waco. Not a chance. Guadalupe says Deion Sanders has the Aflac commercials with Nick Saban, which was funny whenever him and Nick had beef when they were talking about because Nick Saban accused Deion of buying players in a bad way over at Jackson State, which he probably did. I mean, let's just be honest. Most people did.
I saw something today. He was getting like $300,000 a year from Jackson State. Some like real low number.
Deion
like
was? Or are you talking about the quarterback?
No, Deion
That's
was.
It?
I'm pretty sure. Whatever it was, he took half of his pay and gave it back to the university to build better facilities and recruiting stuff and everything like that. I thought that was
and
really
they're still gonna be mad at him for leaving.
Yeah, they're still mad at him.
Yeah.
Like
that's crazy, honestly.
I saw that today. I thought it was wild.
See, yeah, Guadalupe. I think honestly, we need to throw Nathaniel Dell. I need to shoot Coach Sark a text message and say, "Hey, maybe you need to look at that guy."
Wait till you're in the SEC for all that.
Deion is getting 4 to 6 million. Golly, how? They even said they don't have the money for him yet. How do they just somehow they're gonna go up to Denver
Because
and
they're
like,
thinking
hey,
he's probably doing the
Walmart
same
guy,
thing.
who's the owner of Denver, who's something to do with Walmart.
Yeah,
they're gonna start asking him for money.
Walmart.
Goodness gracious, that's a big step for him for sure.
Yeah, as far as pay, I mean, he don't need it, obviously, but it's
right.
Not,
it's Deion. He don't.
But my whole thing is he's probably gonna do the same thing at Colorado, going towards facilities that are actually pretty good. Like if you watched the introduction and they were walking around Colorado, dude, it's nice.
Yeah, Boulder. They're in Boulder, Colorado. It's not a bad place at all.
Dude, did you hear about whenever Wisconsin tried to recruit Deion? I saw that today too. He just started roasting him. Like he's like, "How are you
when he was an actual recruit?"
Yeah, like how are you gonna try to bring a kid from Florida to Wisconsin? I don't even know how to spell Wisconsin. Like that's what he said.
That's what he said.
That's what he said. He said,
crazy.
I probably still can't even spell Wisconsin, but I got curls. I went to Georgia to go do my official visit over there. I walked through the door and my curls froze. How are you going to try to send me to Wisconsin in December?
Nope.
A Florida kid. I walk around school I don't own a hoodie. I don't wear socks. Like that was weird, but all right, chill out.
Okay. Now he's in Colorado. Does he not know it's cold in Colorado?
That's exactly what I was thinking. Like, dude, you're in the mountains. You are literally a mile above sea level. It's cold. Boulder's got some beautiful mountains. Like that whole surrounding area, beautiful.
Yeah, I've been to Colorado. I've been to Colorado when there was snow, and it's pretty. The mountains are nice.
Yeah.
While we're on it, we've got 6 people watching. Y'all do us a favor and like the video. Please subscribe to the channel. We want to do more live streams, more interactive live streams, and we enjoy this. So please, if you feel willing, subscribe to the channel. Guadalupe also says tight end Jaheim Bell is leaving South Carolina. Piggy Man says, "What's up, fellas? What's up, man?
What's up, Barry?
Go ahead and people watching, drop us y'all's favorite schools. Guadalupe, I'm assuming yours is UTSA. Everybody else, drop us your favorite schools. We'll tell you what we think about them. Jaheim Bell. Let me look him up, dude. I want to see his stats.
Name.
I know.
Cool.
I did hear that if y'all remember Austin Stogner, he played for Oklahoma last season, transferred to Guadalupe, your favorite Texas. Awesome. Hook 'em, brother. He left Oklahoma and went to South Carolina with Spencer Rattler. And I saw a report that said he might be hitting the portal in his crystal ball back to Oklahoma.
Yeah, I thought I already saw something about that. I think. I don't want to start lying. That's the problem. I don't want to start lying and making assumptions.
Jaheim Bell, 25 receptions, 231 yards, and 2 touchdowns out of that room. I'm going to go to the actual stats for tight ends.
Bryce said, "No, he's bringing the dogs with him and needs to make room."
Wait, check this out though. Jaheim Bell, however you say his name, Jaheim Bell. So that was his receiving stats, right? 25, 231, 2 touchdowns. Austin Stogner had 20 for 210 and 1 touchdown. But Jaheim Bell, 73 rushing attempts for 200. He only had 261 yards and 3 touchdowns, but you can put him in there, let him block for. Their running back was Lloyd. Let him block. Right. Kind of like a Dylan Doyle type of
I'll take him. We need another one of those.
Is Dylan Doyle's leaving, I'm assuming?
Yep. He's graduated.
For those of you who may or may not care, Texas basketball is currently winning 52-46.
6'3", 230. He's kind of short for a tight end. I say that. Like, He's a tight end, right? Yeah.
Yes, he's a tight end. They have him listed 6'3".
Not bad.
Yeah,
Let me check that Baylor score while we're talking about basketball.
y'all are winning 19-18. I already checked.
Woo!
Yeah, against Tarleton. You're doing great.
Go Texans. I mean, wait.
Well, another thing we have up here is the Heisman Award. Logan, dude, what is going on? It's not even the Heisman. It's just a quarterback award.
So what they're gonna change? They're gonna change the pose from the stiff arm to the drop back.
Right
here. They have to, because I mean, what'd you say it was earlier? Like 80%, 82%,
82% since like just call it. It's just the second Davey O'Brien Award. Just call it what it is. The Davey O'Brien is for the best quarterback in college football. They name one. Just start naming two. Just name. Honestly, good and well they're going to give the same person both of them.
Yep. You have to at that point. If it's a quarterback, it has to be.
If you win the Davey O'Brien, then how can you say you're not? If there's 4 quarterbacks in the Heisman finalist and one of those quarterbacks wins the Davey O'Brien Award, there's no way they don't win the Heisman, right?
Yeah, has to be.
But that's not even what's important. What's important is the snubs. Hendon Hooker, Blake.
How in the world is Stetson Bennett in there?
Stetson Bennett's garbage. Like, he's not that. Like, he was good enough. He's a game manager. He is not that. He had 20 touchdowns.
Is the reason that they win 90% of their games.
100%.
That's how it's been for the past 4 or 5 years. Dude's like 28 years old.
I don't know how old he is, but
he's old.
ESPN's kind of tripping right now, or else. Oh, there it is. I mean, don't get me wrong. 3,425 yards, solid, 68% completion. But he had 20 touchdowns and 6 interceptions. Like, that's nothing. That's nothing amazing. It's good. It's all right, I guess.
I'd take that.
Yeah, I mean, it's
but
okay.
20 touchdowns?
Right. Yeah, it's at this point, Max Duggan. I have to believe Max Duggan wins the award.
Yeah, especially because Caleb Williams losing to Utah twice.
Right.
And if we're doing it the same way as everybody else, he got hurt in the Utah game. Why is he still in the finalists? Look at Blake Corum. Look at Hendon Hooker. They got hurt. Well, more Blake. He missed a game and a half. Hendon Hooker's probably been out for like 2 weeks. But still,
right.
How are you going to take them out whenever Hendon Hooker was probably the Heisman favorite for most of the season and only went up even more whenever they beat Alabama, whenever he threw 5 touchdowns to Jalen Hyatt?
Well, there's no way that Stetson Bennett wins it and Duggan doesn't, because Duggan had 100 less yards, 10 more touchdowns, 2 less interceptions. I mean, just based off of that, you got to say there's no way that Stetson Bennett wins it over him. On the same breath, C.J. Stroud had about the same amount of yards, 7 more touchdowns. He had 37 touchdowns and 6 interceptions. So that's super impressive as well. And who is the last guy? Caleb Williams. Let's check him out real quick. So Caleb Williams has a good shot. Caleb Williams probably wins it. That's my final prediction. 4,000 yards, 37 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. That probably does it. Caleb Williams is probably.
I bet they give it to Max though. I mean, just because of like the one loss, his whole story, and for him to come out like that this season and be able to set the bench all last year, tell the coaches, "Look, I'll be the water boy. I don't care. I'm gonna be here. Yeah, and whenever you need me, I'll be here." And he stepped up. So I mean, I don't know. I think that whole story is kind of like setting him up to which he's well deserving.
Right.
But in my humble opinion, Bijan should be there, Blake Corum should be there, and get Stetson Bennett out of there and throw Hendon Hooker in there at least. Yep.
We're gonna get back to that about Bijan in just a second. Guadalupe, you hope Texas gets a 5-star linebacker. I can only assume you're talking about Anthony Hill. He recently decommitted from A&M. A&M is a dumpster fire right now.
Ain't that the truth, dude?
I think they've got like 12 guys in the portal. Like, they are just falling apart. He said yes. I think from what I've been hearing, it seems like Anthony Hill is almost a lock to Texas. they're really just they think he's not gonna announce it too soon before the recruit or the signing day, which is I kind of want to say it's on the 19th of this month. Is like early signing day. I think they're kind of expecting him to wait and maybe not even announce it and uh, just go ahead and commit and sign with him. He would immediately start. I agree.
Is he a linebacker or
Well,
defensive end?
he's a linebacker, and
Oh,
yeah, he's. I don't think he plays edge at all. I would agree that he would immediately start. Here's the thing: is we're kind of still up in the air of um, whether or not Anthony Hill's coming back, whether or not Jalen Ford's coming back. From right now, it kind of seems like both of those guys might be returning, and if that's the case, then you could. If we get Justin Flo through the transfer portal from Oregon, then it kind of makes it to where we might actually have depth at the linebacker position, which would be
no,
nice.
y'all would for sure if y'all got Justin and Anthony.
Yeah,
But Anthony might wait to see if y'all get Justin Flo. To be honest,
he might, but I almost wonder
I
if it
don't
doesn't
think I would
matter.
blame him for.
I
I don't think
kind
I
of
would
don't think
blame
it
him.
matters. I think he's coming either way.
True.
And whether or not he starts immediately, I don't know. He might be a guy where it's like, okay, maybe he doesn't start immediately, but he's probably going to be on the field a lot. Dude, I agree. Horns always up. Appreciate you in the chat, man, today. You've been great. Logan, little
I'll
Baylor
throw
fan.
I'll throw up the hook 'em. It's
Yeah,
all right.
let's
I'll know so much more about Texas this past year than I probably ever known my whole life.
yeah.
Like even in the video that we just made earlier, I was like, dang, I know where these kids transferred from. I
Yeah.
know what positions they play. It's crazy.
Yeah, dude. There's a lot going around the Texas program right now. I'm still kind of waiting for Baylor. I'm waiting for some news to drop.
There's nothing at
Texas
the
is
moment.
also looking at Gavin Holmes,
Wake
cornerback.
Forest.
Texas and Baylor are both looking at Gavin Holmes, and like Logan
Yo.
said, he is at a Wake Forest. I'll tell you his stats real quick. So he is a 5'11 defensive back, 175 pounds. He's a sophomore, so he'll be a junior next year. 12 solo tackles, 7 assisted tackles, 24 total tackles, 9 passes defended, and 1 forced fumble. I just made a video on the transfer portal with all these guys. Guadalupe, be on the lookout for that. It should be posted tomorrow morning. But one thing I said about him was that 28 24 total tackles isn't a ton for a cornerback. It's not bad, but it's not a ton. But 9 passes defended is pretty nice.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
And so I almost wonder there's 2 possible outcomes. There's either, since he's a sophomore, he didn't play a lot, but when he did, they threw the ball his way because he's the young guy and he was making plays on the ball. Or he's just the kind of DB who is really good in coverage, but probably not your best open field tackler. He's probably not stuffing any of the A gaps for the run play.
Oh, no, he's not a Jalen Petrie.
He's an outside corner. That would be my assumption. I have not watched the film on him yet, but I would assume that he's an outside corner with 24 tackles, but 9 passes defended. A forced fumble though, that's nice. That can, like I said, it's kind of hard. I haven't been able to watch. I've got so many guys on this list. I haven't been able to watch all the film, but to have a forced fumble shows he probably doesn't give up on plays. Or he is able to, maybe he blitzed and got a sack. You never know. So I think Texas is going after them for sure. And I would put him, I don't know, Guadalupe, because there's also Fintrell Cypress II out of Virginia. He's 6 foot 187. He's a junior, so he'll be a senior next year. Similar stats in a way. He had 15 more total tackles. He had 4 more passes defended. And so I almost wonder, he's a bigger guy. We got Ryan Watts. So I don't know what this coaching staff is really looking for as far as who we're really targeting hard in the portal.
I mean, if y'all don't want Ryan Watts anymore, I'll gladly take him.
No,
I mean,
you can't have.
I love that 6'3" corner. I love it.
Yeah, everybody wants that. You talking about like the bigger corners,
dude? The bigger corners. That's
Are you talking about everybody wants Fintrell or everybody wants Gavin? I think they're both pretty. I think both are.
Let us have
Probably
Gavin.
do what?
Come on, dude. Let us have Gavin. Take it easy
Already
on us.
got one Gavin Holmes.
Yeah, but he's a
Gavin Charles.
receiver.
Yeah, but he's like one of my favorite players on your team. Y'all can't have two of them. Fintrail. Yeah, I agree. A lot of people are going after Fintrail. And I mean,
Gavin Holmes actually might be gone. I think he was 6 years.
Charles?
I think so.
Really? Dang, he really didn't have a good enough year then if this was his last year. I mean, he played well, but he might be like a free agent pickup.
He was
at the
inconsistent.
end of the draft. Yeah. He might be somebody, he's not going to get drafted, I
Well,
wouldn't think.
Blake
But
was inconsistent.
Blake was also a little bit of both. We have both fair credit.
Yeah. You both sucked every once in a while. It's fine.
Right. Another DB, I'll get into the other two DBs because one of them, Guadalupe, is probably he's like a project, right? He's probably the guy I want us to get because he mimics Ryan Watts. And if it works like Ryan Watts did, that'd be great. And that is Cincinnati defensive back J.Q. Hardaway. He is 6'3", 200 pounds. He's a freshman this year, so he has a lot of eligibility left. However, he had 8 total tackles and 1 sack. So not a lot of stats, not a lot of film, but it's a little bit different than Ryan Watts because Ryan Watts coming on into the game, he was a guy who was at Ohio State, started at Ohio State, I had 2 interceptions as a true freshman, and then came to Texas. Logan, talk about Baylor now. What you got, man? We losing Siaka Ika or what?
Yeah, Siaka's moving on. He's graduating. Same thing with he's leaving because of Fickle.
Yeah, because Luke Fickle just took the job at Penn. Luke Fickle just took a job somewhere else. It's off the top of my head where he went, but you're probably right.
Stabbing pain in the side of my head. Probably over here trying to stress about like what in the world are we gonna do. Jackson player, I believe he's actually leaving too. I think he only had 1 year left whenever he transferred.
Can we just point out real quick that Guadalupe is definitely not a casual.
Oh no, for sure.
He knows all the guys all around the country, the coaching staff. Yeah,
we're losing our offensive line. We're losing our defensive line. It's not gonna be. I don't think next year's gonna be fun. So early projection. I'm gonna go ahead and throw this out there because of our trenches being really young. I'd say 8-4 at the max.
At the way max. I love football. Hey man,
and that's pushing.
That's what we like to see. That's what we like to see on this channel. People love football.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I would say Baylor. Blake Shapen has to take a step for sure.
I need a new co-host.
Whoa. We got Jason. Hey, y'all do us a favor. If y'all, Guadalupe, you love football, go check out Jason over at Hall of Fame College Football. He goes live all the time. He puts out really great content over at his channel. And we go live with him also. We've done it a few times. Tell Guadalupe to get a hold of me. Oh yeah, Guadalupe. maybe you need to go check him out. He's going live tonight as well. I think at like 8:30. Jason, go ahead and type in here when you're going live. There it is. Guadalupe's gonna get a hold of him. Let's go.
There we go. Just spreading it.
Hey man, don't be stealing our viewers over here now.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, Baylor. Man, I think 6. I hate to say that I think y'all might end up 6-6 next year.
No,
but it seems. No, I don't. I love it right now. 8:30 Central. I love it right now because I am still a Baylor. I'm rooting for Baylor next football season, but until maybe until summer ball, Baylor still sucks. You lost to Texas. You got to suck to lose to Texas, especially if you lose to Texas 49-0 like Oklahoma did. That's just garbage.
I'm just glad that we beat them. So I appreciate Dylan Gabriel for all of the interceptions that he threw in that one quarter.
Honestly,
shout out to him. I appreciate the ball game. Thank you, sir. Yeah, Gabe Hall's gone too.
Y'all are
It's not
losing
gonna be fun.
3
We're
on the defensive
losing, dude.
line.
We're losing like everybody
Y'all's
on both sides.
y'all's y'all's run defense is gonna be terrible.
No, you.
Terrible.
No,
Jason
you, Jason.
Jason says this show, yeah. No,
No,
you.
you.
Uh,
I'm trying to
man,
find a list of everybody that we're actually losing.
y'all couldn't hold Bijan last year with this season with all of your starters, dude. Next year, our fourth stringers are gonna come in and absolutely kill y'all. Just kidding, fellas. Yeah, man, we'll probably wrap up before 8:30. Maybe we can jump in on yours, and we'll leave some good questions in your chat, Jason. Man, going back to the Heisman, okay, Bijan Robinson not being invited. Let's just think about that just for a second. You've got a guy who, as we actually just made a video on this, and or maybe we were talking about it. We're talking about this wow factor, right? And when you look at Caleb Williams, Max Duggan, especially Stetson Bennett and CJ Stroud, there are plays where you're like, man, that was Guadalupe says he's got to go. Hey, man, appreciate you checking in, all the good questions that you had.
Oh, yeah. Thanks for sitting here and hanging out with us, man.
Yeah, man. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you can be in it on the next one as well. Bijan Robinson has that wow factor. When you watch him run the ball, he is able to make plays where he's in the backfield, he's getting hit, and somehow is able to manage to get a couple yards. If not, honestly, break it for 15 or 20 or a touchdown. He just does it, and he does it consistently. The fact that they left him out of the Heisman finalists is crap. That's why we were saying just call it the Davey O'Brien Award. It's a quarterback award anyways. It's not. Every once in a while, a running back will win it, or even great once in a while, a receiver will win it. But when you've got Stetson Bennett in there over a guy like Bijan or Blake Corum only didn't get in there because he got hurt. That's crap. Blake Corum is one of the best players in the country. Hendon Hooker should have been over there over Stetson Bennett. He only didn't get in there because he got hurt. That's crap. He had the most wow factor out of all the quarterbacks, in my opinion. He was able to make some amazing plays this season, especially like Logan was saying earlier against Alabama. He went punch for punch with Nick Saban and Bryce Young. I don't see how you leave them out. What you looking up over there, Logan?
I'm still trying to find everybody that we're losing this year. I know we're losing a lot.
Yeah, y'all are. Hopefully not. Not too many.
It'll be fun next year. No, it's a lot.
He said, "No, it's a lot."
Mm-hmm.
Well,
why am I having such a hard time finding this?
Well, once again, y'all do us a favor. Those of y'all watching, leave us some questions. We just randomly decided to get on here. Honestly, we weren't really planning on it, but there's some stuff going down as far as the Heisman and the transfer portal for Texas and Baylor. We figured we get on here, take some questions, and give some content for you. Logan, you got anything else? Got anything to add? We might wrap it up right here.
Bijan for president. I hope that he enters the draft and never comes back to college, never turns back, and thinks about being
whatever.
No, but yeah, not looking forward to next year at the moment, unless we can get some big guys in the transfer portal. I also want to throw out there that we will be announcing our giveaway winner at the end of this week in case anybody's missed that. We hit 100 subs, and this week we have taken off from that for sure. I believe we're at 134 at the beginning of this. Maybe we added some, maybe we didn't at the end of this, but hopefully this is some good content for y'all. Make y'all come back, watch us, check us out, subscribe if you're feeling like it. You know what I mean? But yeah, that's all I got on it, man.
Yeah, we're gonna announce our giveaway at the end of the week. So if you want to be entered in that, you got to subscribe to the channel and then leave us some comments so that we know you're watching And if you feel like you've already missed out on your chance, that's okay, because we're going to do another one at 250 subscribers as well. But with that being said, we appreciate y'all rocking with us. So until next time, hook 'em.